Yes, I'm here right now. Yeah, I see the basket on the couch, and I can hear crying from the basket. Okay, cool. I'll call you when I get to the corner of the street. Alright, cool. I know you cannot understand me, but my name is Jacob Carl. I am your uncle. Your father, Derek Carl, was murdered earlier today, and I am here to take you to the orphanage.
Is your name Jacob Carl, the brother of Derek Carl?
Look, man. I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to deliver this package. And...
General, it is done. I have just murdered the last living relative of Derek Carl.
Windmill for the land, love forever hand in hand. Take it all out on your stride, it is taking rolling land. Love forever, love is free.
Sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped have all become my pets, and I'm living off of grass and the drippings from the sea. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way, something in the way, yeah.
This is week 3 of attempting to find any of my father's FBI relics. This was location 5 out of 5. Results, failure. I've gone to every location I have possible, and every location I found from files. I just gotta now start looking for people who maybe worked with him 20 years ago. But so far, not going great.
Yup, that's me. My name is Theo Carl. I am the son of the legendary criminal himself, Derek Carl. Well, I've never actually known my father. I have heard many stories about him, and I have been searching for his remains for nearly the past 10 years. I haven't really known either of my parents at all. I never met them. I was sent off to an orphanage at a very young age. I barely had any family members growing up, but ever since I was 10 years old, I wanted to know who my father was after hearing all of these stories about him. I never really knew what he did as a career, but I always wanted to figure out who he was as a person. And I've spent the past 10 years looking, but so far, I found nothing.
Hey, Dad. Well, I've been looking for you, you know? I found five after I discovered your FBI 20 years ago. I looked for 5 locations that possibly had information about you. All of them turned up, as you'd expect, empty-handed. I have nothing. I'm gonna start looking for people now who knew you. There's a long list of people I have whom have claimed reports about you or sent you in emails or random mentions of the name Derek Carl, actually. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm starting to think I'm not gonna find you or what happened to you or anything. I'm starting to think that I'm just chasing a dream, and you really were just that retail worker, or I guess that FBI agent that just got killed one day. Nobody knows why, for some reason.
Did you get the information I needed?
No, sir. We couldn't find it. We looked everywhere.
Where are you, James?
Let's go back to the... Oh my goodness, wait. Someone responded with a phone number. Okay. Hello, is this Nikolai?
Theo, I want to talk to you. I think I have some information.
Okay. I'll meet you at your place. We'll do that. I found something, finally. So, your name is Nikolai, correct?
I called you here on a hunch that we were looking for some information about the same people and that our interests directly correlated with each other.
I think they might correlate as well. It's crazy. I've been looking for somebody, one person, who knows anything about this event. And you're the only person who I'm ever been able to find that might know something.
Same for me. I've been looking for my father. Is that for you too as well?
Yeah, most of my life I've just been hunting, stealing, and just looking for anything that could show a clue to my father's location. What was your father's name?
His name was James Rallison. What about yours?
He went by the name of Derek Carl.
Derek Carl, huh? I see. In that case, I cannot permit you to live. You can run, but you can't hide, Theo. There you are! He escaped.
Oh my god. I can't believe we escaped him. Who was he? And who is James Rallison? Well, he mentioned... The moment I said I was the son of Derek Carl, he wanted to kill me. Maybe James was a criminal. And when Derek was in the FBI, he killed James. And Nikolai's the son. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. That was close. Oh, new comment, wait. Theo, I need you to meet me at this address right now. Okay, then,
I may not have found James, but at least I found his murderer. And I plan to act upon that.
No, comrade. Allow him in. He is welcome here. Oh, hello, my friend. Guard, get this man some of our finest vodka. On the rocks. Theo Carl, I presume.
yes, that's me.
How can I help you today, friend?
I heard you had some information of the incident in 1999 that killed my father. Name was Derek Carl. Do you possibly know him?
Well, my friend, I know of no Derek Carl. However, I know a man whose father was killed in the same incident. Perhaps I can point you in the right direction.
Oh, you do? Well, what was his name?
I know a man named Matthew. A last name was never mentioned. About 5 years ago, I helped him look for his father. However, we have since parted ways. Thank you, comrade.
So where is this Matthew now?
I believe he lives in downtown Washington, D.C. However, I am not sure.
All right. Thank you for your time. It was great meeting you.
It was good to meet you as well. I wish you good luck on your venture.
She keeps a Moet Chandon in a pretty cabinet. Bethany cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette. Building a remedy for Khrushchev and Kennedy. At any time, an invitation you can't decline. Caviar and cigarettes, well versed in etiquette, extraordinary. She's a killer queen, gunpowder and gelatine. Dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind.
This is a waste of time, there's nothing here.
Insatiable and appetite. Wanna try?
Are you, Matt Davis?
Yes. Who are you?
My name is Theo Carl. I have a very important subject to discuss with you about, your father.
Alright, sit down right here.
I'm here to discuss with you about the incident that happened in 1999 that killed both of our fathers.
You must have found me through Cole, didn't you?
Yeah, he had contacted me because he knew some information.
Well, since you're here, let me tell you a story. About 3 years ago, I was more determined than ever to find out who my father was. My mom raised me alone, so I never knew, and she didn't like talking about him. When I turned 18 and left home, me and my high school best friend, Cole, spent 3 entire years searching, looking, digging for any possible info. And we discovered something huge, that the way my father and your father were killed was in a battle with top secret files that supposedly contained uncontrollable power.
What kind of power?
That's what we were hunting for. We found out that the US government was holding the files in a disclosed location, that the only way to find the files was a building in Baltimore, which was the only location that contained the coordinates to the facility holding the files. However, me and Cole had a problem. We didn't have the equipment to break into the facility. We were barely able to keep food on the table. And so we both decided to give up. Me and Cole went our separate ways, and I haven't seen him since we quit over 2 years ago.
Wow. I completely understand why you did that. I promise I'll do everything in my power to tell you what happened. And I will find any information possible. Where is this building?
It's in Washington, D.C., but Theo, you shouldn't do this.
Why not?
Because if those files get in someone's hands that's dangerous, catastrophic things could happen.
Like what?
That's the thing. And considering how badly the US government wants these hidden, I think it's best to keep them hidden.
Matt, I understand why you're warning me. But this is all I have. I can't give up now. I just can't.
All right then. Good luck, Theo. Oh God, what have I done?
Let's bypass past the security door and get into the main office. So there's a thumbprint there. Should be pretty easy.
Me and my niggas 4 deep in a white Toyota. A quarter tank of gas, one doing orange soda. Janky stash box when the federal rallies a roll up. Basketball shorts with the Gonzalez Park odor. We on the mission for bad bitches in trouble. I hope the universe love you today. Cause the energy we bring is sure to
Access granted. You may now enter.
Everybody will hate if it's necessary. Bumping cheesy first album, looking distracted. Speaking language only we know, you think it's an accent. The windows roll down, all I see is a hand pass it. Hotboxing like George Foreman, grilling the masses of the working world. We pulled up on a bunch of working girls and asked them what they working with. Look at me, I got the in my mouth. Usually I'm drug free, but I'm with the homies.
Yeah, we out for Peel and Remy Red, come through and bust your head.
Me and the homies.
Sag all the way to the liquor store with my pour forward, get twisted some more.
Me and the homies.
I ride for my mother, hop out, do my stuff, then hop back in.
Me and the homies.
Matter of fact, I hop out and be like, do, 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 do.
It's 2:30 and the sun is beaming. Air conditioner broken, I hear my stomach screaming. Hungry for anything unhealthy, and if nutrition can help me, I'll tell you to suck my then I'll continue eating. We speeding on the 405 passing Westchester. You know the light-skinned girls and all the little dresses, good lord. They knew we wasn't from around there, cause every time we down there, we pulling out the Boost Mobile SIM cards. With no extensions, hood with bad intentions, the perfect combination. Before we sparked the conversation, we seen 3 niggas in colors we didn't like and started interrogating. I never was a gangbanger, I mean I never was stranger to the funk neither. I really doubt it.
Let's see what we got now. Let's see where you're hiding in this base. Let's see, just located in a high security base near the Capitol building. It's kept alone in that base. One of the most secure facilities on the planet. There's no way in hell I have the equipment to accomplish this. I have no way of getting in that base, getting behind the cameras, hacking into the system or anything, or even knowing where they are. Well, there might be one person who knows, but Nikolai won't help me. He wants me dead. But maybe if I tell him that we both want the same thing, if I convince him, he'll help me. It's my only choice. God damn it. I really hope this works. You know what? There's only one way to do this. Hello, Nikolai.
What do you want?
I have a peaceful offer for you. No guns, no weapons, no violence. I just want to talk.
I will accept that.
I have a peaceful offer for you, Nikolai.
Well, what's your offer?
We're both looking for the files. I think we can work together.
How can I be sure that you won't stab me in the back?
I don't have the same equipment and technology as you. There's no reason for me to stab you in the back. We want the same information. There's no reason we should want to kill each other.
Very well. Come with me.
All right. Nikolai, what's the plan?
So, we have to go through the back door. There'll be security cameras and guards positioned around. It's also elevated. You'll have to climb up on top of it because the stairs is a no-go. That's going to trigger a whole lock. The last thing we want is a lockdown. You will need to shoot the guards from below the deck and then climb up. And the stairs are obviously trapped by the looks of this, so we can't use the stairs. You'll have to climb up and go through the back door. I'll take care of disabling the cameras and unlocking all doors that you'll need to go through. Then, inside, you're there. The files should be there, and that's all you'll need.
All right. Sounds good.
Walks barely down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of speed. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. Hey, hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
Perfect.
Oh, foolish little boy. You actually thought I cared about my father? I never cared at all. I'm a stone cold killer who just wants more and more power. And unfortunately for you, I'll do anything to get at it. Even make friends. And then betray them. Excellent. Thing is coming along so nicely. Finally, after all this time, I'll get to see him. I'll get to know what he was really like. And hopefully, he can help me take down that bastard, Theo. Who the hell are you? I'm your son. Don't you remember me? So, you're the worthless excuse of my son. This is what my superior genetics produced. You're hopeless. This is what I get? After all this time, we're finally reunited.
Boss, I have some good news.
What the hell was that for? You just killed him. He's dead. Sorry. Force of habit. And now for you. Hope you like hell. My intro is dead. Dad just shot me in the leg. I have to find Theo.
Oh my god. I can't believe he would do that to me. After I trusted him. What is he gonna do now? What the hell? Who the hell is that?
Theo! Theo, come out!
Nikolai, what the hell do you want?
Theo, I need your help.
I'm sorry, Nikolai. You tried to kill me. I am not gonna help you with anything you've just done.
I brought James Rallison back, and he's not at all what I had expected.
Well, it's kind of your problem.
You don't understand. Your dad, Derek, might still be alive.
What? So, how is Derek still alive?
It's only a theory, but all bodies from that incident were discovered, except for your dad's. And there have been some happenings in Mexico with some person that could be him, acts like him. I mean, we even have some voice recordings.
So, where do we look for him?
I think the first place, well, who knows, but we should probably start at his old house.
So, do you have the address?
Of course, I came prepared.
Well, guess this is where he lived. It's either this or nothing. This is where he lived. Everything I ever searched for. All is here. Wow. Where's that music coming from? Just looking around, huh? Oh my god. Are you? Yes. I'm Derek Carl. Let's go in the other room. We got a lot to talk about. Please, take a seat anywhere. Your house is my house, son. Oh my god. Oh my god. I never thought I'd see this. How are you even alive? I've seen your grave. Before I explain any of that, I'd like to tell you my story and where it all began for me. When I was younger, I'd always dreamed of serving and protecting people. Throughout my high school, I got all A's. I did everything I could to be the best student in the class. Eventually, once I grew up and got out of college, at a very young age, I joined the FBI. While I was in college, I met your mother, who was one of the most lovely ladies ever, and we had a kid. No, that kid was not you. It was your sister. Eventually, after I was placed in the FBI, they sent me to DC, far away from where I lived with your mother in Denver. While in DC, I underwent many missions, but the toughest of which was against a man known as the Jaeger. The Jaeger was a powerful man who had some of the most amazing abilities I'd ever seen. In fact, his abilities were so amazing he took away my assistant and one of the best men I've ever met. When I was left alone, I decided to take a break from the FBI after the grief of losing my best friend. And, well, that grief spiraled down to the point where when I was sent on a mission finally, back from break, I failed and they kicked me out. All that years of training for nothing, and I didn't have the money to go back to your mother and our kid. I continuously write her letters, but I couldn't see them. So, I decided I would make money my own way. After I was confronted by a note at a bar, I decided I would start doing missions for people, and not the legal kind of missions. I'd carry out selling of drugs, but eventually it became worse. I started being hired to do hits on people. I never even saw the man's face who hired me to do these hits, but I spiraled out into chaos, and I became a vengeful, angry sociopath who just wanted to take the life of anybody who had ever hurt me. I met a man, though, while I was in that crime world, and his name was James Rallison. James Rallison was one of the people I had delivered goods to. He was a very good friend of mine for a bit. He was very guiding, he very much knew his way, and he wanted to help me out. However, one day he showed his true side, and he came into my room one day and shot me. He did even worse, though. He called and he sent a sniper to kill your mother and your sister. I never even got to say goodbye to them. All I heard was 2 gunshots from the phone, knowing that neither were still alive. After that, I
I lost it. I started being convinced that I was happier this way and that I was truly this evil monster. I got led down a very much path of chaos. I killed so many people. I took so many lives. Eventually though, I needed my family back. I needed the woman that I once loved, and I needed to see my daughter again. So I began looking for a way to bring them back, and I finally found it. Project Phoenix. It was a project done by the Soviets. It eventually was recovered by the Americans later. The Americans did not want to actually exact this experiment due to its danger, so they kept it hidden from everyone. However, eventually it got in the hands of the mob in the crime world, and eventually I knew who had the files. Eventually I was able to finally recover them, and Project Phoenix was mine. Now, Project Phoenix had a very powerful ability that mankind has wanted for so long. It had the ability to bring the dead back. You did not need a body. All you needed was a DNA sample, and it could regenerate their entire body in 10 minutes. It was unprecedented technology the human race was not ready for, but I wanted to use it to gain back the family I lost. However, one man got in the way of that. James Rowson. Eventually, after a long fight to get these files, I eventually recovered them, but I knew after everything, I wouldn't feel satisfied if I didn't take the life of the man who took the life of my family. So I was determined to kill James Rowson. I knew that he was going to be hiring his old mentor, Ed. So I did what any man would do. I hired Ed to kill James. After a long battle, in the end, James shot me in the chest. I survived the shot, but it was time. Ed shot James twice, on the spot, killing him. James Rowson died. I watched him die before my eyes, and the satisfaction was nowhere. I felt almost nothing. All I could think about was the hole in my chest. And there was excitement within me to watch the man that had killed my family lie there, and the fact that I knew my family would be reunited with me soon. But there wasn't any satisfaction watching that man suffer. Ed, however, had his own deals in mind. In fact, he had been hired to kill me by someone who I never desired to meet. Ed shot me once in the chest. He walked away, thinking I was dead. However, before any police or anyone could come to the scene to recover bodies or evidence, I ran away. I ran away to Mexico, avoiding any contact of anyone in this world, anyone in this country. And I knew that I needed to live my life on my own. I spent 20 years back in the worlds of crime, down there, getting revenge, killing people. I wanted to be some sort of a vigilante, but often my anger took over me. Eventually, though, 20 years later, after spending 20 years raw in Mexico, I looked to my TV. I saw that there was a man whose name was Theo Carl, and that he had been in some gunfights, and was the main suspect for a major robbery at a U.S. facility. I instantly knew that it had to be you. It had to be my son.
So you're telling me you've been alive this whole time. You never once considered to come meet me or just stop around and say hi?
I did not even know you were a person. I fully believe that your mother had you not long
after I left and chose not to tell me in fear of messing with my head or something else. But here we are. First time ever meeting my son. First time he's ever meeting me. What a journey it's been.
Wow. It's like everything I've ever learned. You really were a legend.
All right. Who the hell is this?
Nikolai, meet Derek.
So you're the man I've heard so much about.
Is that who I think it is?
Yes. This is the son of James Rallison. No, stop. He's totally peaceful. He's totally on our side.
Wait. On our side? Against who?
You didn't tell him?
Okay, well, so Nikolai here kind of brought James back from the dead.
You did what?
So, you know Project Phoenix. About that. We kind of have an undead bastard to kill.
How do we ever know how to find him?
Well, it's not as hard as you think.
How long is this gonna take?
It's done.
What?
I said I found him. He's here.
That was quick.
All right.
While my son may be worthless, he's not stupid, and I know he will come back. I need men. I need my men. I need my henchmen. It's finished. Robo, it's good to have you back. Now I have some unfinished business to attend to. Alright, Derek's going off to the side. You're gonna go through the front, set off the bombs, and send them all to hell.
Alright. Let's do this.
Pathetic excuse for a son. I thought you'd be a good father, but you know, you're actually kind of just a dick.
Alright, I'm inside. It's time to blow it up. Here. Derek, you're okay.
Stop right there. Won't die like this!
Yeah? All of us get happy endings.
One bullet is all it took to take you down. Being on the ground doesn't mean I'm out of commission. Theo, I need some backup.
Derek, I'm sorry. I have to go save Nikolai. It's alright. I'll set the bomb off myself. James! Fighting off James right now.
Derek?
Derek, you have company!
Well, Derek Carl, I finally found you.
James Rallison. Guess I'm gonna have to kill you twice.
We have to go help her.
Derek told me not to go inside. I think he has a plan of his own.
What? What are you talking? Why didn't he communicate this with us?
I don't know.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Just wait outside.
Finally, to finish this.
Not today. James Rallison. You tried to kill my family once. You succeeded. You tried a second time, but this time you failed.
You don't have it in you.
You know what? You're right. I don't.
Ha! You're just weak.
Theo,
Derek, are you okay?
I'm sorry. Step away from the building. I'm setting the bomb off.
No, you can't. You'll die.
This is the only way.
Get away!
See you on the other side.
No! What the hell just happened, man?
Derek just sacrificed himself to end all of it. Police, we have to get out of here.
You go. I'll take the blame. It's what I deserve.
Okay, this is where he should be.
Hey, Theo.
Well, Nikolai. Back from prison, eh?
Yep. Finally. Surprised I wasn't charged with a life sentence.
Alright.
Well,
Nikolai, you might need that.
thanks.
Hey, Nikolai.
What's up?
Good luck out there.
You too.
Alright.
What can we do? Yeah, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do, baby? What can we do? Hey, what can we do? What can we do?
Well, this is my new home. Bought this place for you, Dad.
That's when the walls come tumbling down.
You know, can't help but wonder what he'd think of me and everything I did. Everything happened so fast. I never really got to express to him who I was. We just had to go fight, and that was all. He's with God now. Oh, this was not. What's this? What's this? Dad's gun. Wow. There's a letter in here too. From a man that you never really met. You always knew better than anyone. Derek Carl. Let's read it. Dear Theo, the gun I have left in this box is the gun that I used over the many years. It is truly a special gun to me, and I would like you to have it, in case you ever need it. Theo,
I lived a life long before you, and a life that I could never truly express to you. Even if I were to tell you the full story of everything that happened, I still couldn't truly make you vision and realize everything I went through over the years. But one of the biggest things that I had to deal with when I moved to Mexico was deep regret. Regret of anyone I ever hurt. Regret of never being able to see my family one last time. Regret for dedicating my life to pain and suffering. But my biggest regret of all was that in the eyes of everyone in America, I died foolishly attempting to take revenge. Revenge that never even really satisfied me. This regret carried on through every single thing I did throughout my life. And no matter how many people I kill, no matter how many times I betray myself as some psychopathic villain, I'll always know deep down I just wanted to be good. I remember many years ago, I sent a letter to James Rallison after my family died, telling him that I was happy he killed my family because he made me truly realize my true self as a villain, and that I was destined to be the bad guy. But I've learned something many years later. No one is ever destined for bad. Some people choose bad, but they were never born to take people's lives and cause suffering. Every man who's ever lived has had a deeper purpose than that, a deeper calling than that. And if they've fallen into bad, that's their own failure. I wish I'd realized this sooner before my life was over. And even though I did live 20 years down in Mexico, I'll always feel like my life truly did end on that day when I attempted to take James Rallison's life. Sometimes answers are pretty hard to get, but I think we often think that they are too much of the answer. We think that answers are what will make us satisfied and what will make us happy. But in the end, sometimes mystery is the end of it. Sometimes just believing that something is the way it is, or believing is just a better, more peaceful way to live. Because if us humans spend our entire lives looking for answers, we'll never be satisfied. So Theo, I have one request for you when you go on in your life. Please, live happy. Live a good life. Do not fall into crime. Do not fall into being a bad person. Live happily. Marry someone. Have kids. Go live your life how you want to live your life. And never fall into the same hole I fell into. I'm writing this right before we go to fight James Rallison because I am almost confident I will die. And I'm almost hopeful I will die, as I know that my purpose on this earth has been fulfilled through you. You're a truly gifted person, Theo, and I could have not asked for a better son. Good luck in your life, and please do not waste it reflecting on me, because you have a long, long future ahead of you. Love, Derek.
You know what? Yeah, Dad. I'll make you proud. Do anything to make you proud. time since I've been on this road. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be home real soon, honey. Yeah, I'll be home right away. All right. Hey, Dad. Wow. You know, at a time, this grave was like my home. This was the only place I ever felt connected to anything. But ever since I met you, I've never felt the need to come back here. All my questions were answered. You knew who I was. But after the news I got recently, I thought, come here one last time before I move away from DC. Well, after you passed, I moved into your old place and I decided that I would fulfill what you never finished. And I would apply to the FBI. And I was accepted in. Worked there about 2 years until I met a beautiful woman. And I fell in love. We've dated for about 2 years now. I was always so scared that whatever happened to you would happen to me. But I became calm. And about 2 months ago, she told me she was pregnant. So you're gonna be a grandpa. And now I'm moving away. Back to Denver. Because I know that's where you always wanted to be. You told me to do something I knew would make you proud. And I knew just living happy is what you would have wanted for me. This is the last time I'm ever going to come here. I'll always remember everything you were as a man, and even if I never really got to fully know you, I feel like I don't really need to. I feel like I met the best version of you. Wish you could have been around longer, but you sacrificed yourself for all of us. Thank you, Derek, for everything. Hey, honey, I'm on my way home now. I feel great. Feel closure. I can't wait to go to Denver.
But that's the whole tragic point, my friends. What would I do if I could suddenly feel and to know once again that what I feel is real? I could cry, I could smile, I might lay back for a while. Tell me what would I do if I could feel?
I was young, I was surviving the times, waiting for my moment, I was destined to shine. Lil Ray had an NXX, I was hoping I'm next, wanting bracelets, never had a rope on my neck, unless I was holding tie-A chain, rest in peace. Even though that night you flipped on us, you warned us, if you came back and we still in the corners, we goners. Moving on to move your arm and your watch to another time on the block, cause this 40 side where they said shorty rhyme, tragedy, he used to come through all the time. I'm talking Juice Crew, not what the word defined. He had a sister named Erin for sure was fine. That was my first crush. I bought my first mic. I wrote my first verse. I was about 9. I was about mine. Fantasized house buying. Met Paul. He wore some big glasses. Him and Mel Korn took me where G-Rap lived. I was happy just getting some answers. I ain't even know what a record advance was. I'm seeing whole sex in the studio bathrooms with rap dudes thinking, wow, she moved me. Same girl then, right now's a groupie. Back then, she was like the star in the movie. Large jewelry and expensive Gucci. Next stop, paid in full, posse recruits me. Knew they were some millionaires, they ropes with Dookie. Eric B. Man looking like Touchy, he shooting me. You see, every time Rod didn't show, I get to record demos at attempts to blow. I wonder, could they tell? How did they know? 16 years later, here I go. Trying to get us a deal. G-Rap trying to get us to sign the Cold Chill. But Fly Ty didn't have the contract we wanted. Clark Kent just signed Dice, he didn't want us. Russell said I sounded like G, the nigga fronted. Reef him at AC, offered me a little money. Shit a little funny, feel a little laughter. Rebel love hip-hop, coming through a white rapper. My boy MC Search nevertheless took me to Columbia. Back then CBS, Chris Schwartz, Rough House. He was the best man. I'm bugging cause the label had just dropped Def Jam. Could you picture Russell needing a check, man? But he's smart, he plotted a plan for Polygram.